Desiderio. I'm Director of the Green Building Programs at the NAHB Research Center. I wanted to just let everyone know that we are recording this call today just so that people who were unable to join us at this specific time will be able to listen in to the presentation and get a chance to see a discussion of HomeNav at their leisure, and you would also be able to go and see that. We'll probably put it up on the website within a week. But we're very excited today. This is going to be first of a series of free webinars that we offer to our program partners on some of the green approved products that we have in the program. And then for those of you who aren't familiar with the Green Approved Products Program, the Research Center has pre-approved certain products that can help builders earn points towards certification. And the value of this is that it can help builders build a green certified project even if they haven't had no experience building green before, or if they are experienced even finding out about new products that can earn them certification points. We're very excited today to have Marla Esser here as our first presenter on our Green Approved Products webinar series. One of the most common feedback that we get from our builder partners is how difficult it is to put together the homeowner's manual. It's additional paperwork that they have to do. Many find it very time-consuming, but it's obviously a requirement to have any home or multifamily residential building certified under the National Green Building Standards. So Marla is going to talk today about HomeNav, which is a program that she has developed to not only make putting the homeowner's manual together much easier for builders, but be able to have live links so that the material stays fresh and current and is always accessible to those homeowners. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Marla. I just want to mention one thing logistically. We are happy to take questions that Marla can answer. What we ask you to do is if you could please email them to me via the chat. You should see me listed probably as organizer, or perhaps I'm coming up as Michelle. But if you email them to me, I can verbally ask them of Marla, and then she can answer them. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is have everybody on muted so that any background noise that may be in your office or in your car won't be disturbing to anyone else. So with that, Marla, I'm going to hand it over to you for the presentation.
Thank you, Michelle, and welcome everyone. Happy Thursday. I can't believe it's the last day of March already. It's flown by too fast. For those of you that I've not met, I have a company called Sustaining Spaces based in St. Louis, Missouri, and I've been working in the green and energy efficiency field for the last 4 or 5 years. So I'm a relative newcomer, but I have had the opportunity to branch off on my own and to work on homeowners manuals. And as I was doing so, I was creating homeowners manuals, manual ones oftentimes, 6-inch binders plus, for homeowners as part of what we were doing in the green building industry for residential. So after realizing that I was also trying to take care of my own house and struggling with finding the information I needed to operate and maintain and keep track of all the stuff in our house, I realized I needed the same thing in my house that I was creating for our clients. And that is how HomeNav was born. So I have HomeNav out now, and we announced in January. So we are available for you to try out. And we'll talk at the end of this program about how you can sign up, register for your own account for HomeNav, and give it a whirl. See what you think. So I would like to share with you 3 goals that I'd like to really get through for today. One, I'd like to share with you how HomeNav can apply to your builders and your prospects as a better homeowner's manual than what they may be using, or an alternative to what they may be using. Secondly, I'd like to show how you as verifiers, for those of you that are on the call as verifiers, how this can help to simplify the verification process. And thirdly, I'd like to show how this may also apply to existing homes. Many of you may also conduct energy audits or work in other facets of the industry where you're working with existing homeowners, and HomeNav has a place there as well. So one of the things that we have really worked on as we've been developing this, and I say we kind of in the royal sense, I'm the only owner of HomeNav, but I work with a large extended team through a lot of vendors, and people that work part-time and independent contract with me. So that's the we I talk about. We've had this great opportunity to build something that's very flexible and very scalable. So it works in a wide variety of different situations in homes. So that's kind of the background on it. I'd like to really start off with showing you around HomeNav a little bit. And part of it is in the marketing side, which is where you are now. This is homenav.com, so welcome to HomeNav. As we are here, you'll see that HomeNav is a one-stop interactive online homeowners manual and resource guide for all homes, for new, existing homes, and everything in between. It helps to organize and inventory important information about a home and all the stuff that makes it home. When you start thinking about all the things that go into a house, there's quite a few components that go in. Keeping track of all that information gets to be unwieldy. And we live in this world of information overload anyway, so then trying to get our arms around all this information for our homes, especially a new home, especially a green new home that has not only new features and maybe some new things we're not used to taking care of, but also has all the traditional components as well, or many of them. So for a builder or remodelers and other businesses in these industries, HomeNav is a way for them to offer their tools to their clients so that they may offer a branded value-added tool. It's very full of function. It fulfills the requirements of the National Green Building Standard Education section, or Chapter 10. And it's a situation that they can do it all themselves. The builder team can actually fill in HomeNav, complete it, and then turn it over to their clients. Or they may rather have services from us. So HomeNav and Sustaining Spaces, our mother company, we actually offer a series of services where we will populate the HomeNav program for an individual house. When we do so, we ensure that it meets as many points as possible. Typically, it's 10 points at a minimum when we offer a service, that we fill in all of the information for it to complete all of the requirements that we can get in the Chapter 10 of the standard. As such, this can work equally well for one house or for hundreds. Right now, HomeNav is a single user account, but by some of the services and some of the backside administrative tasks that we can offer, we can use this for multiple house situations as well. For verifiers, this might be a tool that you'd like to suggest to the builders and remodelers that you're working with to help them fulfill their homeowner manual requirement. We've talked to many builders that this is a struggle for them. This is kind of the last thing they're able to get to. One of the byproducts that we've discovered as well with HomeNav is that we can use much of the documentation that's built into HomeNav as a way to verify some of the needed elements and practices throughout the process. So kind of a nice little side benefit there as well. I'd like to also share with you that as a green approved product, we've already been certified as, or approved, as Michelle has talked about, that we will meet the required points for Chapter 10 for this practice when you follow the step-by-step instructions that we provide for you. So it's a great way to at least get a leg up on one piece of the verification process. We're very proud to be the first green approved product for the education section, and we're the first software application to go through the process. So we've had a lot of fun being guinea pigs with that. Now I'd like to switch over. Pardon me one moment here. I'm having a little technical difficulty. Michelle, if you can give me a second here to restore myself. Can everyone see that now?
Yep, I can see that now.
Okay, thank you. Apologize for that. Been experiencing some technical difficulties today of all days. Okay, back on track we are. If y'all will bear with me, I'm going to leave a couple of the tabs open because we're going to be switching around here quite a bit. When you first log into HomeNav, you will see a screen that gives you an overview of the actual tool. And you'll notice one of the very first things is it says brought to you by. So any builder, remodeler, or other business that offers HomeNav to their clients has an opportunity to include their branding information, their logo, their website, So it stays with the client every time they open HomeNav. They have a reminder of who provided this valuable tool for them. So that's a nice little perk that we've been able to include. Down here you'll see My House. My House is the inventory system. This is the aspirin, if you will. It takes away the pain of all the information overload of home ownership. We'll come back to this in just a moment, and I'll show you how the inventory system works. The second large resource that you'll see is the homeowner resources, and this is the vitamin, if you will, or the preventative part of HomeNav. This is where we find most of the information that is required through the standard for different elements of green living and maintenance. The last component you see on the right is the Get Green Certified. And this is the information about the different green certification and verification systems, information about different green labels so that people can learn about that, and then the step-by-step instructions for the homeowner's manual and also for LEAD as well, the other program, if we should so need it. So these are really the three basic operations or the three basic sections that we have in HomeNav. As I mentioned, your home or the inventory system is where the meat of HomeNav is. And it's really divided into 5 tabs to give you all of the information about the home. The first one, the homes list, the most robust. This is the inventory list of all the information in a home. It's listed out by floor. You can see we're starting with basement. And in the floor is each room that is inside that floor. And in each room, we place the equipment, the feature, the component. Everything down to the paint and the paint color can be included. Ironically enough, that's when I get asked a lot, can I put my paint colors in? I think we all have a hard time keeping up with our paint colors. But let's choose, well, while we're here, we'll just go on and choose paint. Find a good room for paint. Here we go. When we choose any item inside of the inventory list, it pops up with all the information we know about that particular element. So it starts at the top with what it is, Pittsburgh Pure Paint. Gives us what we know about a model number or a description. If there is a serial number or a color number, we can include it here. And then we can insert any notes. Notes may include where we bought something, anything about installation or repair, or any other note that we want to leave and be able to reference in the future. We also then have an opportunity to go click on product information about the individual items. So for here, I've clicked on the Pure Performance click, and it takes me to the product page, which lists all the information about the paint. It includes the MSDS sheet, product description, my spec sheets, different information that I need, and the different information that we need to verify the home and support the homeowner for maintenance and operations. When we go back to look, we also see that we've included information about GreenGuard, as this paint is a GreenGuard paint. That's information that is stored in the database. And by simply denoting that it was a GreenGuard product, it automatically, HomeNav automatically brings up the information for GreenGuard, since that was stored in the database. Similarly, we have information already stored in the database about the brand Pittsburgh Paint. So since we've denoted that this is Pittsburgh Paint, it all comes up here, very easy. So even if we don't have a lot of the specific information on the model, we have more general available information on the brand and on the actual feature, which in this case is an interior paint, that the homeowner can reference very quickly and very easily to learn more about maintenance and operations of that particular element. Each item in the inventory list is the exact same way. We just repeat it all the way through the house, making it a very simple and straightforward process. We also have the capability, I just clicked on the pencil, which is my edit tool, to bring up the screen for editing or adding, they look exactly alike, any element in the inventory. We start by selecting a category. There's 19 of them. And in every single section, category, type, manufacturer, we always include an option to include your own information. Simply by choosing Other, it brings up a type-in field, and we can then type it in on the type-in field. There we go. So we can type in my own answer. Having that flexibility allows us for anything that's not in the database to add it in ourselves. And then we, on the back side at HomeNav, have an opportunity to watch the database, and when we see an item starting to appear a lot, then we can add it to the database. We continue on through with all the information, the manufacturer, the model number. We can type in the serial number, add any notes. We also have an opportunity to add any websites or files that we may have. So for instance, maybe I know there's a paint website that I really like. Maybe it's a paint selector, and I can add it in right here. And it will be available for me next time I come back to the website. I can also do the same thing with my documents. And I can browse and I can choose any document that's out on my system, include it there, and it'll be there for me the next time I come in. I can add green labels, which says I can choose any of the established green labels we're used to seeing, Energy Star, Green Guard, SFI, etc. And again, when I choose those, I get the same results that we saw on Pittsburgh Paint. I get all of the links that are associated in the database automatically coming up. Very simple to update, very simple to add. I can delete as well, so as things are updated in my home and changed, I have the opportunity to control that. The inventory system also includes a space for exterior features, including exterior lighting, garage, and any of the building envelopes. So it's there as a prompt, and we'll give them an opportunity to continue on thinking in that vein. You'll notice at the very bottom down here, we can add features to every room, we can continue to add rooms, and we can continue to add floors. So if a homeowner chooses to fill this out themselves, for instance, and only do a little at a time, they can continually be updating it. So that, in essence, is the inventory system. This is where we store all the information about the house. And then we can switch over. Well, wake up. We also have the capability to print and save any of the lists in our tabs. So any of the specific information about an individual home may be saved and printed, which is nice to have because it seems like emergencies usually happen with electricity going off. So you always have a backup with this grocery list style, if you will, sheet of all the information in the home. So this is very easily printed, kept in a small pamphlet for the homeowner to reference, to take to the store when they need to replace the filter, or to very quickly look up model numbers and information. So a nice little added bonus there. We also give the homeowner and the building team a place to store utility information. Again, the print save feature is on each of these tabs. Emergency information. When we're offering the service to our clients, we like to include things such as poison hotline and fire departments, things of that nature. I call it kind of the babysitter list, what I used to leave for my babysitter. We include the contractors, can be as few or as many as the builder would like to share with the homeowner. And lastly, the details of the home. And this is a place for us to store the web links and the documents that are associated with the home rather than with an individual piece of equipment or component. So for instance, you'll notice up here we have documents to fulfill various parts of the National Green Building Standard. This first one is the safety valve and shutoff plan. We also have included the floor plans, renderings, specs overview, and then we go on further to links that meet specific components of the education section as well. So for instance, we have a recycling program that's local to where this home is located. We have Pure Power, which is our renewable energy credits here in the St. Louis area, and so on and so forth. So the details page is where we can store the information that is very specific to the home and to its locale. So by having all these tools at their fingertips, a builder or remodeler can deliver to their homeowner clients the power of a tool such as this and help them to minimize the clutter of paper product information and help the homeowner to stay organized and keep the information about maintaining and operating their home in one central place. And as a byproduct, they're getting the peace of mind of knowing they have all this in case of an emergency. Anything from a repair to a catastrophic emergency, and they're well backed up right here with HomeNav. We also have, as we talked about earlier, the vitamin side of HomeNav. The vitamin side is the preventative side, and this is the resource guides. And I really had a lot of fun when we started populating this side of the tool, because I have always enjoyed finding really great resources and sharing them with people. And HomeNav has given me an outlet for that mechanism, because I've gone and done all this research and all this work, and I wanted to be able to share it with folks. So HomeNav has really been the way to do that. We have access to hundreds of research links from reputable websites providing information from manufacturers' websites, reputable third parties such as the EPA and the Department of Energy, a lot of very obscure, difficult to find websites and web pages that we've made very easily accessible to the builders, to you, and to our homeowners to find information quickly. So you'll notice in any section that when we come in, we try to offer 3 to 5 links on any given topic or link, giving the homeowner an opportunity to see a few things as opposed to 5 pages of information that they have to sort through. So all of the manufacturer information that is in our database is listed here for someone to research through. As you can see on the right-hand side, the links that are related to the company. It also is an opportunity for manufacturers to partner with us and feature their information and help to specifically target the links that make the most sense for homeowners to see. We offer the same thing with features. We give a laundry list of all of the hundreds of features that are in the database with information related to that individual feature and the capability to jump through and to do some research there. From a maintenance and operations standpoint, we very firmly believe in there's a lot of good stuff out there, so why reinvent the wheel philosophy. So we've gone through the internet to find excellent resources of information that's available out there. For instance, we found some wonderful maintenance checklists where people that specialize in maintaining homes can give advice and counsel and checklists that we can use and make that information available to homeowners. We include an extensive green living section where much of the information that's asked for in the National Green Building Standard is addressed. Information about energy efficient lighting, conserving resources, electricity and water, different household chemicals that may be used in and around a house, and so on and so forth. We also provide a number of community resources, such as the transportation links and the recycling links. And this information is what is used in step-by-step processes to get the homeowners or the builders to the information specific for their locale and for their home. So a great way to find lots of information. And then as frosting on the cake, we offer references to give those who really want to dig deep some additional references that they may go to. And I have a longer list here that I really would like on one page, but I also want to put everything in a place where homeowners, builders, and other users can find the information very easily and very quickly. The last section of HomeNav, all my mini screens open, is how to fill in HomeNav so that it meets the National Green Building Standard practices. We offer a step-by-step guidelines. As you can see, we're in the National Green Building Standard piece of Get Green Certified, and we're in the Homeowners Manual section, where we go step-by-step through a list of everything that is required. You can see here. So for instance, for your Green Building Certificate, it talks you through how to include the Green Building Certificate or how to place a placeholder in HomeNav, how to even title it, and then how to view it. Matter of fact, to make this easier, one of the things we have delivered, oops, pardon me, this is the right page, is a verification quick sheet. And this verification quick sheet allows for very quick links for verifiers to use once they have the HomeNav open for the individual house. You can simply click on a link, and my links are not working right now. I apologize. I'm in a different system. But by simply clicking on this link, it enables you to go right to that section in HomeNav if you have the proper account opened up. So it makes it very, very quick and easy. If you're interested in receiving the verifier quick sheet, I would be happy to email a copy to you. You will just let me or Michelle know at the end of this call. I'll make sure to get it out to you. The last thing I'd like to show you is how you can give it a shot. When you log into HomeNav to create your own account, simply click on Login. Oops, let's log out of one first. If you'll click on Login, it'll bring you to this screen. And all you need to do is create an account by clicking here. Fill in the appropriate information, and you will be ready to go. You will have all of the information available to you in HomeNav. I suggest giving it a shot on your own house or a project you're working on. I've been working on my house for a while, but I seem to be the cobbler's child, not very far along yet. But I would be happy to answer any questions you have right now or any time in the future. We will be at the National Green Building Conference in Salt Lake City. If you're there, please swing by. We'll be in booth 405. That's 405. Would love to introduce myself. I also will be speaking at the conference on homeowner education. It's called Connecting Homeowners to Their Homes. It will be Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So I would love to meet you there as well. For all questions, I will click on the page while we're talking through the questions and answers for my contact information, and I would be delighted. You may also click on any of the links at the bottom of HomeNav for our information email, which is right here, and I'd be happy to chat with you at any time. Thank you. And any feedback you would like to give us is welcome at all times.
Thank you, Marla, very, very much. I thought that was great. So just to remind everybody, if you have any questions, you can submit them via the chat section within your control panel. If you send them to me, I will read them out loud. And certainly if there was anything that you don't think of right now immediately, you can always send them to me directly, and I can make sure that they get sent to Marla, and Marla can answer them, or as she brings up her contact information. So Marla, I have a question from you from one of the attendees. The question is, so does a builder set this up and then the buyer has an online homeowner's manual? Is that the way this works?
Yes. And right now as a single user account, the builder sets up the account and then we turn the account over to the homeowner.
So that the homeowner would have their direct login for them to be able to get into that.
Yes, they would. Oh, now you guys get to see what I look like, too. It's scary. I forgot where the contact us page was. Don't look at that part. But, yes, that's exactly how it would happen.
And, Marla, just the other thing I'd want to expand, working on this particular question is, really a builder of any size would be able to take advantage. So whether they're doing production homes and doing 500 homes a year or individual custom homes, this is a product that would work for them.
Yes, absolutely true.
I don't know if we have any multifamily verifiers or builders or attendees interested, but can you also speak to whether or not at some point this will be something that is not only single family but multifamily?
That is our intent. We're just getting ready to start development on the next version, which will include complete support for multifamily large projects and will give us more of a tiered approach to administration. So for instance, part of the administration can be with a property manager or an owner, and then part of it can be with a tenant or a condo owner. So there will be an opportunity to split the information and have views of it from both perspectives.
Great. I think that would be very useful. We have another question which goes to the cost for the service, and is this a subscription or a one-time cost?
Well, right now the services and the tool are separate. The tool right now is free. It will not remain free. It will go to a subscription-based model that will start. Our goal is to keep it very, very affordable. We are still finalizing the pricing, but our goal is to keep it very affordable, so we want everybody to get in. But then on top of that, we have the optional services. And the services are priced by the size of the home and how much information goes into the database. And then we also offer a component where we will train someone on the building team to be able to assume all of the responsibilities for filling in the home navs for their homes. Did that answer the question?
I think so, but if there is somebody on the call that would want any further explanation, they can just send me an additional question. In the meantime, I have a question here that asks, can the builder cut and paste from a manual to manual instead of retyping stuff in?
Yes, absolutely. The one thing I would advise, and I've learned this the hard way, is dumping that information in like a notepad or something where it takes the formatting out because it comes in cleaner. But yes, I cut and copy stuff in myself even, so that works very well.
Yeah, I think that would be particularly useful for builders who are using some of the same practices from home to home,
right.
But different model homes and different style homes.
The other thing that can be useful is we can actually upload entire documents that a builder may have already developed and put them in the details section so that, for instance, if there's a little quick reference that they want to include, or if there's an About Us section that they want to include, that details section, that's that last tab on the inventory part, that will accept all of those files.
I have a question with regard to the fact that we have been recording this session. Our thought is that we will put this up to be available on nahbgreen.org. I don't know exactly where it will be placed yet because we want to be able to have it easily accessible and yet probably within a section that's likely to grow in the future as we add additional webinars. So I will try to make sure that when this does get posted up, it's in an easily accessible place. However, if there is anyone who after a week cannot easily find it, please just drop me an email and I can send you the direct link to this. But we do hope that if you found this information useful today, that you will just pass on the information and either let them know about HomeNav and Marla as a contact, or send them to the website to see this particular session and listen in. Any other further questions that we might have from the audience this afternoon?
That was a very quick.
Okay. Yeah, that was great, Marla. I think this was very useful. Thank you very much for coming today and sharing this. Thank you, everyone, for being on the call